I know what you're thinking. You've been working hard practicing for the OGT all day, and you're ready to go take a nap. Well, wake up! It's time to use that thought to your advantage. I'm going to teach you a trick so that you can successfully respond to all of the short answer and extended response questions on the OGT. We're going to use the 3 letters of the word nap to stand for 3 tasks which you should complete. If you do this for each short answer and extended response question, you'll be well on your way to passing. Let's start with the letter N. N is going to stand for number of points. It's important to pay attention to the point value of each question because this will serve as a hint as to how many items you should include in your response. Let's take a look at an example. Here's a question from a past OGT. It says, your town is considering a curfew. According to the curfew, no person under age 18 may be out after 10 o'clock on weeknights and after midnight on weekends. You are planning to address the town council to discuss the issue of curfew. Write 2 arguments you would use to support or oppose the curfew. Write your response in the answer document. 2 points. So from the 2 points, we know that this is a short answer question and that you will be required to include at least 2 items in your response. And if we go back to review what the question is actually asking, it does say, write 2 arguments you would use to support or oppose the curfew. Let's move on to the next letter, A. A stands for ask and answer. Now I know there's more than one A here, and not more than one in the word nap, but we can use this as a clue too. There's more than one part to this section, and you may have to read the question more than once to be able to complete it. But that's okay. It's better that you understand the question than to just guess and not have it right. You need to begin by asking yourself, do I know what the question is asking me to do? Am I being asked to identify, to explain, or persuade? Am I asked for my opinion or for examples from the text? Once you know what you're being asked, you can complete the second part of this, which is to answer. So let's go back to the same example that we used before. This is the question on curfew. Now, what is it that you're being asked to do? You are being asked to write 2 arguments to support or oppose the curfew. So you need to ask yourself, do I support or oppose it? Once you've chosen your side, you'll be able to figure out your arguments. And because we know they're arguments, that'll also tell you that this should be persuasive. So you're not just explaining, but your arguments should be convincing. Once you've gone ahead and answered the question, you're ready for the last step. The last part of the nap is proofread. Now I know when you hear the word proofread, you think of checking for spelling and grammar errors, but that's not all you have to do here. This is where you're going to tie it all together, and you're going to refer back to the first 2 letters of nap. You're going to check the number of points. Did you include the right number of items in your response? If you did, check for your ask and answer. Does your answer respond to what the question was asking you to do? For example, did you persuade the reader and provide arguments to support your side? Another question might ask you to identify a theme and provide examples from the text. If that's the case, make sure that you do have examples from the passage itself. If it does, great, you can move on. If not, now's the time to fix it. Take the time to reread the question again if you have to. Finally, it's important to proofread your paper for spelling and grammar errors. You shouldn't use any language that you would use informally in emails to your friends, such as LOL or IDK. It's not appropriate for the OGT, and you could get points deducted for it. So make sure that you've written out everything properly, and again, check for the spelling and grammar mistakes. Once you've done that, it'll be time to move on to the next question. So, next time you're working on an OGT practice assignment, or you're at the test itself, and you're starting to drift off and think about that now, wake up! Use that thought as an alarm bell to help you remember these 3 tasks: number of points, ask and answer, and proofread. If you can remember those 3 steps, and if you use them for each short answer and extended response question, you will be well on your way to passing the OGT. Good luck!